Hello, writers. Mrs. Damazi here with another top-notch teaching lesson. This is lesson 6 on personal narrative writing. Writers, as we get started today, I want you to remember where we are in the writing process. We are in the drafting stage today, and we have talked about so many different things that you do when you're drafting and working on writing a personal narrative. We've reached for the stars and worked on attaining our dreams. We've brainstormed small moment memories about people and about places. We worked on telling our story in 3 scenes. We even took stock of our writing and set some goals. Today, as you continue drafting, you're going to edit your writing, and remember that editing as you write is really important. Now, we are on the 3rd scene of our personal narrative. So during this scene was when the flies came when my mom and I were hiking. So I thought of the 3 things that I wanted to have in this scene. So I first wanted to talk about how the flies came and we were swatting them away. Then I wanted you to know that they're biting flies. That's what makes them so horrible. And then I wanted you to know that we ran to the car, and that's kind of the end of the story. Here is my writing of my 3rd scene. I watched as my mom was cutting the apples, my mouth to water. I could almost taste the sweet crunch in my mouth. A few flies came over as I unpacked the crackers. I was swatting them away out of my face. "These flies are horrible," I yelled. "Yeah, where did they all come from so suddenly?" she yelled back. "Ow," I screamed. "Ow," my mom screamed. "These are biting flies." We both looked at each other, grabbed what we could quickly, and ran to the car. We ended up having the picnic in our car. It was still fun. Notice how when I went back and reread this out loud to myself, I noticed some things that I either forgot or maybe wrote incorrectly. Look at the 2 things that I found. This sentence didn't make sense. My mouth to water. What? That doesn't sound correct. So I had to go back and I used a little caret to say my mouth began to water. The other thing I noticed when I went back and reread was that I had put quotation marks in the wrong place. Remember, you only put quotation marks around the words that you say. I didn't say, "These flies are horrible," I yelled. I said, "These flies are horrible." So I needed the quotation marks here and not here. Writers, today when you are drafting your 3rd scene and you go back and you're rereading, you're going to remember that great writers don't wait until they're finished drafting to edit. They continue to edit as they write. So go back and reread your writing. That's when you're going to notice things that you either forgot or things that you may have written incorrectly. The first thing you need to do today is to think of the 3 parts of that last scene that you want to write. Then you're going to draft your scene fast and furiously. After you finish doing that, go back and reread your writing to make sure that it makes sense. Edit your writing so that when you go back and you reread, it makes sense. Today you need your writer's notebook and you need sticky notes or scrap paper to help you write. Have fun writing, friends, and remember, editing is just as important as drafting. Have fun!